Good morning, library friends. I hope you are all doing well. Today I have a special craft for us. One of my favorite days is coming up, and that is May 1st. May 1st is also called May Day, and when I was a child, I would make May Day baskets with my mom, and we would take them to my grandma and grandpa's house and neighbors just for a fun little treat and surprise. Not only do you get to deliver a basket either of snacks or flowers, but you also get to ding dong ditch them, which I used to think was just the coolest. You ring their doorbell and you'd run and hide away and they wouldn't know who it was from. And right now we just need a little bit of kindness and happiness going on. It's been a little crazy and weird couple of months. So spreading some cheer would be a really good thing. So the first thing I'm going to teach you how to do is make a May Day basket. This basket I turned into a little bumblebee because bees love flowers, only our bee is nice and doesn't sting. The first thing you're going to need is a yellow piece of construction paper, and you're going to cut that paper into a triangle. This is going to be the cone of our basket, which will turn into the bumblebee's body. So you're going to roll this piece of paper until you get your cone shape. And then you'll either need to tape it or glue it or staple it so it stays in place. So I have my shape. I've got this little extra piece hanging up. I'm just gonna cut that off when I get done, or you can glue it down and nobody will ever know it's there. What did the queen bee say to the naughty bee? Behave yourself. And mine's gonna need two little staples. Oh, I have a staple, so I'm just gonna glue this corner down because mine keeps flapping back up. What do bees say when they return to the hive? Honey, I'm home. All right, so I'm just gonna cut off this little extra triangle flap I had on top, but you're gonna have your cone shape. The next thing we're gonna do is you're gonna need a black piece of construction paper, and you're gonna cut out a few black strips, and those are gonna be our bumblebee's black stripes on his body. So once you have those cut out, you're just gonna use your glue stick, and then you can just glue them across the bee. So you'll just go through, I'm doing about 3 strips for the size of my cone. So that way you have that pattern of yellow, black like a bee. Where do bees sit? On their behinds. This one is not wanting to stick. Throw a little more glue on there. I don't think I had enough. I've got 2 on there so far. And we're gonna add 1 more stripe. And that should have him covered, I think. My last piece is a little long because it's skinnier at the bottom, so I'm just gonna cut off this little extra piece that's hanging there. All right, and so now our bee has his stripes. The next thing we need to do is give him a head. So the other half of your yellow paper, you're gonna cut out a circle. And this is gonna be his head. We're gonna glue that on the front, but first we need to give him some eyeballs. You can either draw them on, or if you happen to have some googly eyes at home, those work really well too. I'm gonna use my liquid glue for this just because these eyeballs are a little heavier and sometimes my glue stick just doesn't wanna hold them on there. glue his other eye on. What do bees use to style their hair? Honeycombs. All right, so I have his eyeballs on there. Now I'm just gonna give him a cute little mouth. I'm just gonna draw it on there with a colored pencil. Voila. And then we are going, oh, I almost forgot, he needs antennas. So with your black construction paper, just cut out 2 little black strips for the top of his head. Stick a little glue on there and glue him to the back of his head. And now his head's complete and we can add him to our cone. So throw some glue on the back of his head and we're gonna stick him to the front of the cone. Like that. Next we need wings. So if you have some white paper, what I did, I cut out a heart and then I cut the heart in half so my wings would be the same size and shape. And then you are just gonna throw some glue on the edge where you cut it in half and glue his wings to the back, so on the back of your cone. Oh, I put my glue on the wrong side. Okay. And give him his other wing. And then cut 1 more black strip and that's gonna be the handle. You might need 2 and glue those together first so your handle's a little longer, because when you drop it off at somebody's house, you're gonna hang it on their doorknob. So you need it a little longer so it'll wrap around it. So you glue 2 strips together so it's extra long. And then you're gonna put a little glue on the ends. And glue it on the inside of your cone. Like that. And our bee basket is complete. Now, one way you can make flowers are with straws, if you have any extra straws at home. We traced my son's hand and cut it out because grandparents love little hands. And we glued that to a straw and added some leaves so it looks like a flower. So you can stick that inside your basket as a flower. We also cut out a tulip and added some leaves to the straw for another flower. And then this one, I just drew a bunch of circles together and cut it out. And then I had a leftover milk lid that I glued to the middle and added some leaves to that one. So those fit nicely in our little bee baskets. So that's one way you could make some flowers. Another way, if you didn't want to make the basket, or it might actually fit in your basket depending on how big it is if you have some extra toilet paper rolls. Hopefully your family's been lucky enough to find some toilet paper. It's hard to come by lately, but when you run out, save those rolls and you can make some cute little flowers like these. The first thing you do is get some green construction paper, cut it into a small strip, and glue it around your toilet paper roll. And then you just cut out a flower, glue it to the top. If you have some pom-poms, extra lids to 2-liter bottles or milk containers or buttons, you can glue those in the middle, or you can just color it in or use another piece of construction paper. Cut some leaves on and voila, you have a cute little toilet paper roll flower. I hope you guys have so much fun making these baskets and flowers and delivering them to your friends and family. I can't wait to see you again and hear about all the fun adventures you've been on when you've been home with your parents. Try not to drive them too crazy, especially with the rainy weather. I know it's hard being stuck inside. We have some sunshine today, but I know the rain is coming back. And most of all, just remember to have fun, be kind to each other, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.